Welcome back. All right, so just the two games in the NHL tonight, and they were separated by like an hour. So there was an hour after this one ended before this one started. I debated about doing two separate videos for a review, but I decided, you know what? I'll put them together. We'll do this at once, and then tomorrow there's 15 games. So yeah. So let's start off with the first game from tonight, Buffalo and Montreal. Both of these teams are in action tomorrow. The Rangers are in action tomorrow, too. So it was Anderson versus Allen in this one, and the scoring was early. And there was a lot of scoring early. First off, it's Dahlin from Thompson and Skinner at 35 seconds. He wires that one high in a rush. Then Peterka from Cousins and Quinn at 52 seconds. Allen thought he had the puck when he didn't. And so we are less than a minute into the game. Now, Dave Poulin, who's the TSN announcer for Montreal games, has his key parts to the game. They were already destroyed by the 52-second mark, so they still put them on the board because why not? But it basically said Montreal needs to get off to a good start, and that was annihilated. Then we had a fight between Jost and Weidman after a save by Allen. The Sabres come out of that with a power play at the 142 mark. I felt like it was important to point out we're not even 2 minutes into the game yet. We have 2 goals and a fight. And then at 2:13, we get a power play marker for Buffalo. It's Tuck from Dahlin and Skinner. So this is a Buffalo team that came into tonight saying, okay, so the 8-game losing streak's over now, right? And they were bound and determined from the beginning. He wires that one from a distance. It was only the 5th shot. Then Doc has a rush chance that's saved, and immediately thereafter, Caulfield at 2:57. It's 44 seconds later. Montreal gets on the board. Goulet and Savard with the assists. So it's 3-1. The Habs then get a power play. That led to a shorthanded rush by Cousins, which is broken up. Anderson couldn't bury a rebound. That's killed off. The Habs have some momentum now coming out of this. They press. They go back to the power play. There's some near misses on that power play, but it is killed off by Buffalo. Shots are 12-6 Montreal with 8.5 minutes left. Tuck had a chance that was kicked aside. Lyubushkin's and Evans are unfriendly. The Habs get a power play. It was a hit by Lyubushkin on Evans that made Evans upset. Slafkovsky has a shot that's saved. That's killed off. There was a good cycle going on during that. The game settled down a bit after that. The Sabres would press with a minute and a half left, but it's 3-1 after one. And I at 2:57 of this game, I was thinking, is it just going to be goals? Am I even going to be able to take notes? Second period. Early press by the Sabres. Doc then had a net feed that was defended. Thompson's denied in close. Shots are 6-2 for the Sabres at 5.5 minutes. Habs get a power play. Good cycle again. Puck goes through the crease. And it's killed off. Things get punchy at 9:08. The Sabres came out of that with a power play. There's a post for Thompson. That's killed off. But then at 11:21, Buffalo makes it 4-1. It's Skinner. He scores from Thompson and Tuck. It was a perfect pass by Thompson, and Skinner wires it. The Habs press for a response. Eventually they get it. It's a rebound on a rush that's buried by Monahan. Dodonov with his first assist of the season. Weidman with an assist as well. That's at 13:57. So we get Skinner versus Evans, but that became 2 minutes each. There weren't enough punches for a 5-minute penalty. Dahlin takes his second penalty, so the Habs go 4-on-3 for a minute and 16 seconds. One thing about Dahlin, and I know he's a very good, talented player, he does tend to take hot-headed penalties. And I think teams know they can goad him into it. So that's something that, as he gets older, I would think gets eliminated from his game. Suzuki has a shot that's held. Power play's killed off. Another good cycle for Montreal there. The Habs press with 2 minutes left. Final minute, there's a press by the Sabres. And at the horn, Tage Thompson is denied. But after 2 periods, this one is 4-2 in favor of Buffalo. So third period, good back and forth early. The Sabres would get a power play. Thompson has a shot that's held. That's killed off. However, it was a wraparound pass by Tuck. So when you're doing the wraparound, well, the goalie's got to hug the post. And so he sees Yoki Haru, gets the puck to him, and Yoki Haru puts it into the empty net. From Tuck and Thompson at 3:48. Perfect play there by Tuck, just filthy. Sabres then look for more. The Habs would press at 6 minutes, but the Buffalo Sabres get another. It's Thompson from Skinner and Hinostroza at 6:39. Top corner over the glove. Cousins is then denied as the Sabres look for more. They're not going to have any mercy because nobody's had mercy on them. Slafkovsky drives a Habs power play. That's killed off. There wasn't a lot going on during that. The Sabres then get a power play. They score on this one. It's Skinner finishing off a 5-point night from Cousins and Dahlin at 14:26. So Dahlin with 3 points himself. That's a pretty good night. And your final score is 7-2. That's the thrash magnet on there, the Thrashers magnet. Just meaning that the Habs got thrashed tonight. I just figured I might as well use that today. It doesn't fit on the 5-game boards, so there's that. So the shots are 15-9 Montreal in the first, 14-8 Buffalo in the second, 15-8 Buffalo in the third. Final shots 38-31 for the Sabres. Power plays, Buffalo 2 for 4, Montreal 0 for 6. So the special teams are part of the story here. The hits were 20-15 Montreal. Anderson saved 29 out of 31. I think this was Craig Anderson's best game in weeks. Allen saved 31 out of 38. I don't know how many of these I would put on Allen, though. Maybe 1 or maybe 2, but definitely not his fault that Buffalo had 7. But again, a team can be highly motivated when they've been losing like that. So, next up, last up, is the New York Rangers in against the LA Kings. The Kings, of course, with a 5-game home winning streak coming into this one. I talked about today how inconsistent they've been certain points of the year. They were inconsistent in-game tonight. So it's Shesterkin versus Peterson. It takes 35 seconds, just like that game. Fiala scores from Kempe and Kopitar. Sorry. Forecheck, good forecheck by the Kings, and he buries it in close. So I'm thinking, okay, is it going to be like the other one? The answer was no, but that was the first shot of the game, just like that was the first shot of the game, too. Kings look for another. Kaliev has a turnover chance that's saved. The Rangers rush. They would press at 3 minutes. Kopitar then had a rush chance that was held. Crossbar then for Sean Walker. And the Kings would get a power play. They would score on it. It's the only power play in this game, too. It's Velarde with his 11th from Fiala and Doughty at 6:01. It was a great pass by Fiala, and it was a tip in for Velarde. Pretty easy goal for Velarde there. But, hey, it gets him off the schneid a bit, right? Rangers then press to answer. There's a net feed to Trocheck. Near miss there. The shots are 6-3 for the Kings at 9.5 minutes. Blaine had a rush chance that was held. The Rangers press with 9 minutes left. Lafreniere tips one wide. The Kings rush. Pressed by the Kings with 7.5 minutes left. We get 2 minutes of 4-on-4 as well. Fiala had a rush chance that was defended. Lazot's denied in the final minute. There was a near miss for Kreider in the closing seconds. But after the first period, it's 2-0 for LA, and they controlled a lot of that period. Second period, VC has an early chance that's held as the momentum starts to swing. Panarin's denied as the Rangers press, and then Schneider with his first goal of the year. He scores from Hedel and Lafreniere at 2:22, and it was a screened point shot. I don't know that Peterson saw it either. Kings try to answer. Kopitar has a rush shot that's saved. Lindgren then had a net drive. That was saved as well. Shots are 5-2, though, for the Rangers at 7 minutes. So the Rangers definitely have some momentum. Kupari fires wide as the Kings press. Walker then defends a rush for Blais. Kempe is denied on a fast break. Good energy as the game starts to open up here. Panarin misses the net on a turnover, and then Trocheck ties the game. He scores from Lindgren at 12:01. And it was kind of flung at the net. It was a deflection off Doughty. It was on the rush. Kings would try to answer. The Rangers then press for the lead. The Kings block him out. Panarin looks skyward on a near miss. I think it ticked off the glove of Peterson. It was so close. It would have been a goal for him. He's snake bit with goals right now. Both goalies then made some highlight reel saves before Kakko scores at 18:44 from Hedel and Lafreniere. Solid press. That was during a delayed penalty. The Kings just couldn't get the puck. They couldn't get it out. And the Rangers make them pay. Things get punchy with 52.8 seconds left because the Kings are starting to openly show some frustration in this one. So we go to the third period with the Rangers suddenly ahead 3-2. Kopitar, Fiala are denied as the Kings press early. Too many Rangers, not called there, so that could have been a power play. This game only had one power play, so there was definitely some stuff that got let go. There's no way that everybody in this game was perfectly well behaved. Shots are 2-0 for the Kings at 3.5 minutes. Kempe had a rush chance that's defended by Miller. Peterson's out. Kakko has a shot that's blocked. The replay showed it went off the tip of Peterson's glove. So it was going to go in, and Peterson just gets back in time and gets the glove out there to make the save. Rangers then press. No stick for Peterson on that, but Fiala would finally clear it out of the way. One of the defensemen didn't have a stick either. Fans called one. The referee didn't. They let it go, though, when Walker, during that same play, would score from Kopitar and Kempe at 6:12. A brief press led to that goal, and it was against the flow of play. The Rangers definitely had the momentum, and they get it right back. Kreider from Zibanejad at 7:06. So Mika Zibanejad sees Kreider's rushing the other way. He intentionally ices the puck, hoping that Kreider will beat out the icing, which he did, and he puts it in. Now, it's not a great goal. I don't think Peterson was ready for it. I think he was anticipating an icing. Again, that whole playing to the whistle thing, right? So, yeah, I mean, Kreider will take it. It's another goal for him. More than at a rush chance was saved. Kakko with a breakaway. Nice poke check there by Peterson. So here's where the issue with Peterson is. There were some really good highlight reel moments tonight, but at the end of the game, his save percentage isn't very good, and that Kreider goal you really needed to save there. So it's really kind of a mixed bag there. Miller's then denied as the Rangers press. Moore with a net drive. That was defended. They would pull the goaltender with 1 minute and 45 seconds left. At 19:10, Kreider scored from VC and Miller, which made the NHL app crash on my phone. There are certain games that, for whatever reason, they just suddenly crash my phone every time I try to look at anything that's going on with them. And this game did, so I had to look it up on my computer to get all the stats for the end of the game. Your final score is 5-3. The Rangers go to 10-6-4 with the win. The Kings drop to 11-9-2 with the loss. They now have a 3-game losing streak altogether, and their 5-game winning streak at home is done. So now they're 6-4 at home. And this is that inconsistency. Great first period, mediocre second period, decent third period. And there you go. Just that sums it up. The shots in this one, 13-6 LA in the first, 12-10 Rangers in the second, 15-7 LA in the third. Final shots 38-25 for the Kings. Power plays, the Rangers didn't have any. The LA Kings go 1 for 1. The hits are 41-27 for the Rangers. Shesterkin saves 35 out of 38. Fantastic stat line for him. And Peterson saves 20 out of 24. So, the LA Kings lose this one, and they're off tomorrow. All three of these teams that are on the board that are not the Kings are playing tomorrow. So, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.